Drug terminology. There are three main types of drugs: over the counter drugs, also known as OTC, prescription drugs, known as RX, and illegal drugs. Over the counter drugs are medicines sold legally in pharmacies and other stores without the need for a doctor's prescription. You can simply pick it up from the shelf, go to the cash register, and purchase your over the counter drugs. Prescription drugs, on the other hand, are drugs that can only be obtained with a written order or prescription from your doctor and can be purchased only at a pharmacy. Illegal drugs are a chemical substance that people of any age may not lawfully manufacture, possess, buy, or sell. There are three different types of drug use: proper use, misuse, and abuse. Proper use includes using over the counter medicine or prescription medicine exactly as it should be taken, following the guided directions: how often you should take it, how much you should take, if you should take it with food or drink, and also noting if it's going to interact with any other medications. Misuse can be intentional or unintentional, and that is the improper use of medicines. So that might be taking it at the wrong time of day, taking it with the wrong foods, the wrong dosage, and not using it for the correct period of time. Drug abuse is when a drug is intentionally used improperly and unsafely to get a certain desired effect. Some terms related to dangers of drug abuse and misuse include side effects, tolerance, dependence, withdrawal, and addiction. Side effects are any unwanted physical or mental effect caused by a drug. Some mild examples can include nausea, dizziness, or drowsiness. However, on the spectrum of side effects, it can go as severe as leading to death. Tolerance. The body can develop a tolerance to a drug so that the body will need increasingly larger and larger amounts of the drug to achieve the original effect. Dependence is when the body develops a chemical need for a drug and cannot function normally anymore without the presence of that drug in their system. Withdrawal. If a person is dependent on a drug and then they stop taking it, that person will experience withdrawal symptoms. This is the body's reaction to not having the drug. Withdrawal symptoms, just like side effects, can be mild to life-threatening. Addiction is a compulsive use of a drug despite any cost to health, family, or social standing. Addiction is a disease that changes the structure and chemistry of the brain. Let's talk more about how drugs affect the brain. Each of us has what's called a reward pathway. The reward pathway is a pathway of cells in the brain that release dopamine. Dopamine is released during times that you experience pleasure in life. For example, you eat your favorite dessert, you see a puppy, you play your favorite musical instrument. Those things cause pleasure in life. So your body releases that dopamine to allow you to feel that pleasure. Now, psychoactive drugs cause extra dopamine to be released. And because of that, the body gets used to that extra dopamine being released from drug use, that the body actually lowers the amount of dopamine receptors that are available in the brain, which means the extra dopamine released during a drug can cause the user to ignore the harmful effects of the drug and want to continue using it. And flooding the reward pathway with dopamine can lead to intense cravings for the drug when it's not available. So after time, drug abuse can dull the brain's reactions to natural levels of dopamine, so the user will no longer feel the same amount of pleasure that they once did from normal activities. Some other interactions with drugs that we need to be aware of are antagonism and synergism. Antagonism occurs when you take two different drugs or two or more drugs, and each drug's effect is canceled out or reduced by the other. Neither drug then has a predicted effect. So, an example would be alcohol and energy drinks. I used an example of someone playing tug of war. The alcohol is a depressant, tugging on the body and brain to slow down, while the caffeine in the energy drink is a stimulant, causing the brain and body wanting to speed up. Antagonism, energy and energy drinks and alcohol, they should not be mixed. Other drugs that have antagonistic effects also should not be mixed, or you need to ask your doctor if you can take those two drugs together. Synergism, on the other hand, I have a picture of a crowd at a concert. So one voice is not that loud, but when you have the energy of the crowd and hundreds of voices coming together, that creates a synergistic effect or exemplifies the original effect. So this occurs when drugs interact to produce effects greater than those that each drug would produce alone. So example would be sleeping medicine, sleeping pills, and alcohol. So both of them are depressants, slowing down the body. So they would equate to a rapid loss of consciousness, slowing the body down at an excessive rate, which could also be dangerous. If you or someone you know is struggling with drug misuse or abuse, substance usage issues, please reach out to these resources. The National Helpline is available, as well as an Illinois helpline for substance use. I hope you enjoyed some of the definition and terminology related to drugs, and this will help you on your way to becoming a healthy, productive, successful individual in society. Have a great day.